Welcome to the race brief for the IRONMAN 70.3 Rwanda 2024. It's important to remind you to please read the athlete's race guide as well as the race rules, which are available online. We'd like to thank our great partners, Global Events Africa, also our host city of Rubavu, as well as the Republic of Rwanda. Visit Rwanda, our event partners, the Republic of Rwanda, also the Rwanda Convention Bureau and Rwanda Triathlon, as well as all of our supplier partners. Let's have a look at your race schedule for the weekend. On Friday, today, registration opens at 9 and closes at 6 p.m. at Lake Kivu Serena Hotel. Also between 9 and 6, our bike workshop. Between 9 and 6, our merchandise store is available as well. And then at 6:30, we have this online race brief. Tomorrow, Saturday the 3rd, between 8 and 2, registration is open. Please make sure that you register before race day. Between 8 and 2, the merchandise store open as well as the bike workshop. Between 2 and 5, we have our bike and bag check-in at the transition at the Avenue de la Corporation. Between 2 and 5, bike maintenance will be available outside of transition for those last-minute repairs. Sunday, race day. Between 6:30 and 7:45, transition will open. Bike maintenance will be on site. The start of the race will be at 8 o'clock on the beach at the Avenue de la Corporation. Swim course closes approximately 8:15. First athlete expected on the finish line around about 10 past 12. Bike course closes at 20 past 1. Bike and bag checkout between 1:30 and 5 p.m. And we expect the final athlete to be on the finish line at 4:35. Slot allocation will take place at 5 p.m. And our awards ceremony doors open at 6, with the official ceremony starting at 6:30. On Monday, the 5th of August, between 9 and 11, there are timing queries as well as lost and found, and the merchandise store will be open as well. Please download the Ironman Tracker app to track your athlete. This is a visual representation of the Gisenyi Rubavu District Event Precinct. The swim start is purple, the run course is green, the bike course is red. The finish line is the road that runs towards the shore. Your race hotel registration is located right next to the finish line, and your expo area is alongside. Award ceremony will take place inside the hotel gardens. Let's talk about registration and merchandise. Registration and merchandise will be at the Serena Hotel at Lake Kivu. Once again, Friday from 9 till 6 and Saturday from 8 until 2. All athletes must have registered by 2 on Saturday, the 3rd of August. There is no registration after this, particularly not on race day. To register, you'll need your official government-issued photo ID, passport, or driver's license. There is a one-day license fee. A one-day license fee at the cost of $10 or 10,000 Rwandan francs per individual or team is payable by all participants. One-day license fee is payable by debit, credit card only, Visa or MasterCards. At registration, you will collect your pack as well as sign your indemnity forms. You'll receive the following in your race pack: your wristband, which must be worn at all times during the race weekend, your backpack, your athlete's participant shirt, you can swap out sizes on Saturday between 1 and 2 only. Your race number, which is used for bike and run, please. And please fill in all the details on the back of your bib number. You'll receive safety pins, race sticker sheet, bike and gear checkout card, official swim cap, which you must use on race day, and 3 transition bags. The white is streetwear, the blue is your bike bag, and the red is your run bag. Timing chips must be collected from the timing table during your bike check-in. You'll be required to confirm your timing chip correlates with your race number and your name. There's an Ironman bike workshop between 9 and 6 on Friday and 8 and 2 on Saturday. The bike shop will be set up at the registration venue and fees will be charged for services rendered. On Saturday, during the bike and gear check-in, between 2 and 5, bike maintenance will be available for your assistance with minor adjustments only just outside transition. On Saturday, you need to check your bike and gear in between 2 and 5. Bike gear check-in takes place at transition at the Avenue de la Corporation. All participating athletes must check in bike and gear bags into transition during these times. Please note, only athletes are allowed in the transition areas. Check-in on Saturday at transition will be via the swim in and run out gates. Bike maintenance will be on site, as we've said, Helmets will be checked by referees, and please note no additional markings, decorations will be allowed on the transition bags and bikes, just the stickers you receive. No covers may be placed on the bikes overnight. A small cover on the bike computer will be acceptable, and no item may be left on the bike overnight. On race morning, nutrition and clipped-in shoes may be placed on the bike. We recommend that race technical equipment, including bike computers and batteries, to be left in transition bags on race morning and only connected if possible during transition. It's your responsibility to know what equipment is and is not allowed. Pack your race number or bib with a belt in your bike bag. Your race number or bib must be worn during the bike and the run leg of the race. Please don't swim with it. Transition bags must be hung on the racks in the change area. These bags are hung according to your race number. You will have access to the bags again on race morning. It is illegal to interfere, including remove, swap, steal, or tamper with another athlete's equipment or nutrition in the transition area, including during bike checkout. This is a serious offense and may lead to your disqualification. No one is allowed into transition after 5 p.m. on Saturday. On race morning, athletes can access their bike and bags in transition between 6:30 and 7:45. Race day pre-race transition access is open from 6:30 to 7:45. When done in transition, go to the athlete village next to transition for a welcome and the Rwandan anthem. Just after 7:45, you'll be allowed onto the beach and the swim start area. Enter transition at the swim in run out gate. Bike maintenance will be available outside transition for minor adjustments only. Please check your bike and gear one last time before the race. If you bring your own foot pump, place the pump in the pump storage area and ensure that it is clearly labeled. Please do not place the pumps in transition or streetwear bags. Glasses, hearing aids, etc. can be left on the table as you exit transition. Collect them there again after the swim. Our relay teams. Relay teams can consist of 2 or 3 athletes. Alternates share the swim, bike, and run portions in a relay format. Transition bags will only be needed in case of a 2-person team, where one person does 2 consecutive legs. Timing chips serve as a relay baton and will be handed over from swimmer to biker and biker to runner. The timing chip must be worn around the ankle on the left from receiving to just prior to handing it over again. A chip carried by hand over a timing mat will not register on the timing system. The relay point from swim to bike and bike to run is at the swim in run out side of transition, closest end to the finish line. When the relay team runner finishes the course, he or she receives the medal for each of the team members. Swim and bike team members may wait at the start of the red carpet to run across the finish line with the team runner. There are trophies for first, second, and third teams. There are no slots for the IRONMAN 70.3 World Championships for relay athletes. Chip timing rules. No chip equals no time. Ensure you fasten your timing chip belt on your left ankle. Use a safety pin to secure. Place chip under the wetsuit and not over. New chips can be collected in transition with the transition director and on the beach at the swim start before entering the lake. Your responsibility to request a new chip if you lose yours will cost you $10 invoice to your athlete number. As you leave transition, hang your streetwear bag on the demarcated racks in the athlete village, adjacent to transition, before heading to the beach for your swim start. Hang your streetwear bag on the racks according to your race number. Before leaving transition, ensure that you have your official swim cap and timing chip attached to your left ankle. IRONMAN accepts no responsibility for valuables left in this or on the transition bags. Toilets will be available inside the transition area in the athlete village area. Withdrawals. This is a critical process. Every athlete who withdraws from the race at any time must report to an IRONMAN staff member in order to be recorded as dropped out of the race. They'll record your details, take a photo, and take custody of your timing chip. Staff are available at the control tent outside transition, the dropout tent in the IRONMAN village. During the swim, these dropout clerks will be on the beach and at the medical pods. Athletes who withdraw from the race will have access to their streetwear bags. Medical officials, water safety personnel, and IRONMAN staff have the right to withdraw any athlete from the course if they're judged to be incapable of finishing within the time and or without physical risk of serious injury. Now for your swim start. Please do a land-based warm-up before entering the swim start area. There is no access to the lake. Please read the Swim Smart guidelines at that address. There is no self-seeding swim start. It'll work on a first-come, first-served basis. The swim holding area is made up of 4 rows. You may not push your way to the front of the group. Athletes who do not adhere to the queuing system will be penalized. Additional swim caps are available at the end of the swim chute. The rolling swim start will start at 8 a.m., first for individuals and then after teams. 5 athletes will be released every 10 seconds to cross the timing mat to start the swim. The swim course is a 1-lap, 1.9-kilometer swim. Swimming directly out, off the shore, turning left, swimming 850 meters to the second buoy, turning left again, plus minus 85 meters to the third buoy, turning left again, then around 700 meters, and the final right-hand turn to the swim exit. Please keep all the red turning buoys to your left and the last one on your right. Yellow buoys are guided buoys. You can pass them on either side. Swim course cutoff is 1 hour 10 minutes after your swim start. The timing mat for the swim exit will be located just as you leave the beach. If you miss this cutoff, you cannot start the bike course and you'll be reflected as a DNF in the final results. The water temperature reading is done on race morning. Water temperature normally around 23-24 degrees Celsius. This is in the wetsuit optional temperature range. No wetsuit will be allowed if the water temperature is over 24.5 degrees Celsius. Should wetsuits be allowed, you may strip your wetsuit to waist level as you exit the lake and the rest inside transition at the change area. There will be foot troughs as you enter transition to rinse your feet from the beach sand. There is a medical tent adjacent to transition. However, there will be no physio available. When you enter transition from the swim, collect your bike bag. Changing must take place on the open area between the 2 bag rack sets. Please note that public nudity is prohibited. Check that your timing chip is still in place on your left ankle. If not, check inside your wetsuit. Additional timing chips can be collected from the transition team director. There'll be no sunscreen supplied by IRONMAN. Please ensure that you bring and apply your own sunscreen before leaving transition. Place all your swim gear, including your wetsuit, into your bike bag. It is the athlete's responsibility to ensure all your equipment is placed inside your bag. Tie the bag closed and drop your bag in the bag drop-off zone just outside the change area. Your race number must be facing backwards during the bike leg of the triathlon. Your helmet chin strap must be clipped in before you handle your bike. If your shoes are not clipped into your pedals on your bike, you must put them on when changing and run in your cycling shoes to the mount line. Athletes will be penalized for attempting to put cycling shoes on at the mount line. Follow the dedicated path through transition, pushing your bike. You can only mount your bike once you've crossed the mount-dismount line just outside transition. Transition closes to all athletes 10 minutes after the last athlete has exited from the swim. Transition time is included in overall time. The elevation on the bike course is 1,554 meters. Bike course cutoffs 5 hours 30 minutes from your swim start. There is one aid station on the bike course which athletes will pass 4 times at the end of every lap. This aid station is located on the right just before crossing the Sabea River as you enter Giseni. Litter zones are 100 meters from the start to end of the bike aid station. Rwanda is clean. Please keep it clean. No personal seconding is allowed. Your bike course is 90 kilometers, 4 laps, on a straight line out and back basis. The penalty tent, the yellow and white gazebo, is located just before the dismount line. Not showing up at the penalty tent after receiving a penalty or reporting a wrong card will result in a DSQ or red card. Penalty rules will remain as per the WTC Ironman race rules, except littering, which is a disqualification. The draft rule is 12 meters, measured from front wheel to front wheel, and athletes have 25 seconds to overtake. Yellow card is a 30-second penalty. Blue card is a 5-minute penalty. Red card is a disqualification. 3 drafting penalties or blue cards is a disqualification. Littering or outside assistance is a disqualification. Crossing the center white line, yellow card or red card if it's considered to be dangerous. Cell phones, MP3 devices are disqualifications. Please note no cell phones allowed on the course. Referees will only talk to you if you are being penalized. So if a referee has spoken to you, check the penalty box. When issuing a penalty, the referee will blow their whistle, call your race number, ask your surname, show a penalty card, advise the reason for the penalty, and remind you to report to the next penalty tent. It's your responsibility to know what each color penalty means. Bike maintenance jackets will be worn by all mechanics in transition pre-race from 6:30 to 7:45 and on the course. There's a static bike maintenance station at the bike aid station. There's also 2 maintenance motorbikes which will loop throughout the bike course for the full duration of the bike leg. All athletes should be as self-reliant as possible and carry spares and also know how to deal with a puncture if need be. At each bike aid station, for the use of the athletes, there'll be a stock of 10 700C road bike tubes, 1 set of tire levers, and a pump. Please note, the cost of the 700C tubes and bombs will be sponsored. There are no spare wheels on the course. All other bike repair requirements will be for the cost of the athlete. Race number will be recorded and a photo taken. Athletes who require tubbies must carry their own. These will not be supplied by the bike maintenance team. Post-event, your email address will be supplied to the bike maintenance team for invoicing. Please pay these invoices as soon as you get them. No bike maintenance may be undertaken whilst you are serving a time penalty. The support and gear transport vehicle on the course will be stationed at the far turnaround point at Kigufi. Athletes who wish to withdraw off the course for whatever reason can stop at this station. Athletes on course will be collected en route during the bike closure process by the SAG vehicle. The SAG vehicle will drop athletes at the turnaround point. Bicycles will be taken to transition by volunteers for collection during the normal bike checkout process. Athletes will have access to their streetwear bag at any time after they've withdrawn or finished the event. The bike course cutoff is recorded at the timing mat where you enter transition. Do not cross the center line of the road. If you don't cross this mat within 5 hours and 30 minutes from your swim time, you'll be cut off sadly. If you do not make the bike cutoff, you may not start the run leg. If you miss a cutoff, you'll be reflected as a DNF in the final results. When cut off, your bike will be taken from you and wrapped inside transition while you go to the dropout clerk to register dropping out of the race. There is a time of day cutoff at the town turnaround point at 12:40 in the afternoon. Athletes who arrive here after this point may not continue on the bike course. This is the layout of the aid stations on the bike course. At the first table, there'll be water in a black bottle. At table 2, isotonic from Biogen in a transparent bottle. At table 3, gels from Biogen. At table 4, bars from Biogen. At table 5, isotonic from Biogen. And at table 6, water. So well done, your bike ride is finished. It's time to dismount your bike before the dismount line outside transition as per the referee. Athletes must either run into transition wearing their cycling shoes or leave them clipped on their bike. Please do not remove your shoes at the dismount line. Self-rack your bike in its original position according to your race number. Unclip your helmet only after you've racked your bike. A violation will result in a disqualification. Follow the demarcated route through transition to collect your run bag. Changing may only take place in the change area between the run and bike bag racks. Place all your bike gear into your run bag. It's your responsibility to ensure that all your equipment is placed inside your bag. Tie the bag closed and drop off your bag at the bag drop zone just outside the change area. Transition time is included in your total time. Your run course cutoff is 8 hours 30 minutes after your swim start time. The course consists of 3 laps. Towards the end of the 3rd lap, athletes will veer onto the bike course section at Gorillas Hotel to access the finish line. There is a time of day cutoff at the transition turnaround point at 3:45 p.m. There are aid stations at every 2.3 kilometers at the transition turnaround and at Airport Road, Ruhengeri Road intersection. It's a 2-directional aid station. This is a visual representation of the 21.1 kilometer half marathon 3 laps. If you receive a penalty on the run course, these are the reasons why. Littering outside an aid station is a disqualification. The litter zones are available 50 meters before and after the run aid stations. No personal seconding is allowed. It's also a DSQ. Cell phones and MP3 devices, also DSQ. No penalty tent on the run course. Your number will be crossed by a referee on course for a DSQ. No non-athletes are allowed on the finish line or finish chute. DSQ. At aid station 2, which is a one-directional flow, there'll be water, isotonic from Biogen, gels from Biogen, bars from Biogen, isotonic again, and water. At aid station 3, which is a two-directional flow, there'll be water, isotonic from Biogen in a cup, Coca-Cola in a cup, gels from Biogen, bars from Biogen, isotonic from Biogen, and water. Hills. The athlete's right to protest is governed and handled by the competition rules of the National Federation. That's the Rwanda Triathlon Federation, abbreviated as RTF. Should you wish to lodge a protest, notification of the protest must occur within 15 minutes of you completing the event on Sunday the 4th of August 2024 up to 3:30 p.m. Notification takes place by advising one of the Ironman's staff members on site at the finish line soonest that you wish to see the head race referee. The head race referee will provide you with a protest form, and you'll be required to fill out the protest form and make a payment of 50,000 Rwandan francs in cash to the head race referee. This will be reimbursed if your protest is successful. On completion of your race, medals. Athletes will receive their finishers' medals. Athletes will receive water at the finish line. Please remove your timing chip and belt, if not your own, and place them into the bins provided before leaving the finish line area. Collect your streetwear bag from the racks in the athlete village. These bags are hung according to your race number. Enjoy food and refreshments at the final aid station in the public area of the Ironman village. Please note that the refreshments supplied are for athletes only. This is the target, the red carpet, Victory Alley. As you run down the red carpet, the public tent is located on your right-hand side, the VIP on the left-hand side. Your final aid station is located behind the public tent. Your streetwear bag is located in a similar area. The official bike and transition bag checkout process will take place between 1:30 and 5 p.m. at transition. Access transition from the swim-in run outside. Bikes and bags will be checked out using your race number. Volunteers will check your race number to the race number on the bike and bags. If you cannot collect your own bike, give your race number or bib to a friend or family member. No bags may be passed over the fence. They must be checked out with your bike. Do not ride your bike to your hotel if you're not wearing your helmet, please. All bikes and bags must be collected by 5 o'clock on race day, and the organizers are not responsible for items left in transition on Sunday after 5 o'clock. Slot allocation at registration venue at the Lake Kivu Serena Hotel is at 4:30. Age group slots for 2025. We have 30 age group slots for the 2025 IRONMAN 70.3 World Championships in Marbella, Spain on the 8th and 9th of November next year. The cost is $780, which includes your active fee and must be paid on site. Slots are divided amongst all age group based on the number of starters. If a guaranteed slot is not accepted, when offered, it rolls down to the next highest placed finisher in the same age group. Anyone not claiming their slot when the name is called out will immediately lose their claim to that slot. If no one accepts a slot, it moves to another age group in the same gender. Please read the full slot allocation process in the Athlete's Race Guide. Time to celebrate your achievements. On Sunday between 6:30 and 8, doors will open at 6. It's at the Lake Kivu Serena Hotel. Please note that the awards dinner will be for athletes only. Additional tickets will be on sale for family and friends. These can be purchased for $60 at registration. Your athlete's wristband is your access ticket to the awards dinner. Seating will be on a first-come, first-served basis. The awards procedure starts at 6:30. IRONMAN 70.3 Rwanda trophies will be awarded to the top 3 athletes in each age group for both male and female, as well as the top 3 overall relay teams. Please note, athletes must be present at the awards dinner to collect their trophy. No trophies will be posted after the event. Post-race, Lost and Found. Race day Lost and Found property will be located at Lake Kivu Serena Hotel from 9 until 11 on Monday. It's recommended that you mark all your race gear with your name prior to the race, as the event organizers will not be responsible for lost items. If you'd like to swap out your shirt, you can do so on Monday between 9 and 11 at the Serena Hotel. Please note, athlete shirts will not be posted to athletes. Preliminary results will be continually updated on race day to the website, and this link will direct you to the official site. Should you have any queries, please email them to werner.smit@ironman.com. Certificates will be available online within 14 days of the event for you to download and print yourself from the website. You can follow your favorite athlete on race day with our Ironman tracking app. You can also view the race schedule and get notifications. The app can be downloaded on iOS and Android. In the event of an alternative course, the process for athletes is as follows. The call will be made at 7 a.m. by the race director. The announcer will inform the athletes in transition just after 7. Scenario 1, short and swim, all athletes transition as normal. Distance for all swim, 4 boys, 90-kilometer bike, and the normal run. Scenario 2, swim cancelled, a rolling bike start for all. This will start at 8:30. The process for an alternative race start, announcement will be made that the race will be changed to a rolling bike start for all. Go to your bike and prepare for the bike leg. Age groupers will self-seat themselves in the chute at the bike exit, and it'll start at 8:30. Rolling bikes, 2 athletes every 8 seconds. Your start time will be registered as you cross the timing mat. The bike cutoff will be 4 hours and 20 minutes for the bike leg, and that will still apply. After the bike, you will transition to run as normal. All that remains to be said is on behalf of Global Events Africa and the Ironman 70.3 Rwanda team, we wish you a great race and good luck.